No, let's talk about this.
Ready or not yet?
Yeah, we're ready.
Grab the gas key. We need to fill up my gas.
Go off.
I unlocked it.
I got it. Go.
Hold on, I need to make sure it's on.
Are you parked?
Yeah.
Okay. Parked. Oh shit. She's judging me, but she knows by heart that she would be like the same way if she was a child towards something.
Lock it, baby.
Alright, I will.
Can you hold that? Well, if we're gonna go in someplace or walk around or whatever, I don't want to be responsible for holding on to it.
Hold on to what?
The gas card. So I put it in the glove box.
That's what I do.
Thank you.
Smart way.
Ooh, that sounded like it hurt. Oh,
You sound like you hurt.
Joseph!
What?
You sound like you hurt.
Why, do you ever hear her voice?
Shut the fuck up, man.
Okay. Zip. Lock. Out the door. Well, window, technically.
Which is part of the door.
Yeah, but wouldn't I have to open the door to throw it out the door? Throw it out the window means open the window. Can you crack down yours? Just put yours down a little. There you go. Welcome. Dun, dun, dun. Dun, dun, dun. What? Being judged, guys. Being judged.
I would love to find a green one of these, but not GoPro ones.
You can probably do that. Amazon, third parties.
Yeah. I already have like those lenses.
The what?
Those like filter lenses.
The
one like
the ND filters. Yeah.
I have those like in my list.
Yeah.
And I'll get those at some point. to buy a new tube for my bike.
How much is that gonna put you back?
I don't know, but I think
Well,
I think
do you have to get a new tube, or could you refix your tube?
I don't know.
What do you mean you don't know?
I didn't
Is it just a small hole?
I didn't really look at it just yet.
Oh, well, you should figure that out.
I was just
Soapy
saying-
water, and then fill it up. But like put some air into the tube, and then soapy water. You know, figure out where the hole is, and then you can just patch it.
Yeah.
Today might be our last day. Our last moments. Hannah is driving. And not just me nuts.
Oh my god. Hey buddy, you peering at me ain't gonna do shit for me.
We just got back from Sal's. So at least I had a good meal before my last moments.
He acts like he's gonna die, but he's not gonna die.
We don't know this.
We don't know this.
Crosswalk.
Nobody was walking, so I'm able to drive over it. Oh my god, that's why. You never sit in this car right. Steering wheel's not
Yeah,
on
but you
fire.
never put it back to normal, and then I have to get at her because she's swerving too much because of your settings. And she doesn't put it back to normal.
You're always supposed to put your settings first before driving.
You expect her to remember that?
Well, she needs to.
Hi.
Are you saying you don't either, mister?
Oh no, I'm like Sheldon. I just notice it. Sit in 2 seconds. Somebody's been in my seat.
The reason why I don't is because I don't want to lock her wheel.
Oh, yeah.
So, and if it's not to her settings when she gets in, she should.
Kevin will actually force himself to deal with her position because he doesn't want to move at all on her.
Like he's scrunched up.
Yeah, he's all scrunched up, and I'm like, Kevin, you know you kind of like spread out a little bit. Yeah, I know, but I know she won't fix it. Oh, okay. Because I do the exact same thing. I'll just deal with the position. That's why I choose to drive my truck instead.
Oh yeah, because it's at your.
It's
settings.
already set for me.
See, that's the thing. That's why I like the Rogue better, because you had your settings and you could just push a button.
Yep.
Exactly. That's why I liked it better.
But when you started when you went to the first
Because I didn't know anything about a stupid push button vehicle. You didn't tell me shit. And I'm like, what am I supposed to do? And you asked me to move it over, and I'm like, and everybody was like on the road asking me what's wrong, and I'm like, I'm just trying to figure out this vehicle. You didn't tell me. And then I bring it into the parking lot eventually, and I start backing it up, and she's like, you bitch, how did you back up my car so easily?
It's not that hard to back up a vehicle. She just gets jealous easily. Hi, what's up?
would like try to turn on her car and forget that she's locked the wheel. And I'm like, oh, you gotta turn it the other way in order to turn on the car. She's like, how did you know, little bitch? And I'm like, I had to deal with it in my old car.
Oh, she knows about it. She just forgets about it. She's like, I hate how you guys know me too well. You guys are mean. You're picking on me. I can't go anywhere.
That sounds like a joke. Like when he says I have my ex in my car going at me.
Yeah, but you brought the topic of cars.
Oh, wifey, it's okay. We love you though. Is that why you don't like driving as much? Yeah, but you like it when I drive too. Joe,
What?
keep your comments to yourself.
What?
You're making that face, and I'm reading your face in the rearview mirror.
I'm doing nothing.
Stop lying.
Hey, Mom. You turn the knob. Aww. She's mean.
Alright, Pathfinder, look your eyes. Hello, son. How are you?
You take weird ways to Walmart.
Meh. I don't feel like waiting for the light. I'd rather go the other way.
It wasn't gonna take that long.
That
To
don't
be a-
matter. A lot of these lights are turning into a long time.
That's because you have no patience.
I don't feel like waiting for the light.
Okay. Smoke a bit. Maybe you'll have more patience.
No.
What?
No patience with stupidity.
So if you ever get lost, find a Pathfinder. They know the way. Do you know the way? Do you know the
Your
way?
husband needs help.
Yes, I do know the way.
When you find a Telluride, it tells you to Telluride the big.
You wanna stop? Thank you.
No, they stopped. Now they're going. Because we got green.
That depends on what kind of green we got.
A green light.
Didn't have to be green light.
Well, that's what it was.
Oh my god, Joe, you're not getting the joke.
No, not really.
You're trying to outsmart the joke and I'm not letting you.
I'm not really understanding what green you're talking about when I was talking about the green.
Any green. Any green.
Money? Is that what we're talking about?
Mom can't handle me, I'm too hyper.
Oh god, I'm eating cheers.
That's why I put the Beatles song on. Help! I need somebody's help. Oh, Jesus. She's gonna park near people. Oh. Why?
Why what?
Nothing. I think you're close.
You can turn off the car. I can? Thanks, Mom, for giving me.
Help.
Oh, my fucking leg. Are you gonna come in? Do you want me to put the car on?
I got keys. Just wait for them, and then we'll just move the car. And then charge my phone a little bit.
For me, I know you would be one that would do that.
Oh, hell yeah. Why not? Alright.
Checking if they went in.
Yeah, make sure they went in.
Okay. This is gonna be funny.
With great power comes great big booty bitches.
Another super.
Yeah.
And now we leave.
This story follows Ivan, a man who lives in the neighborhood of the arts in a small western New York City. Over the past 10 years, he's moved around a decent amount, from his hometown where he currently resides, to Orlando, Florida, to another city in western New York, and then finally back to his hometown. He had lived in a couple different apartments since moving back to his hometown, none of them anything special, until he finally found what seemed to be the perfect apartment in the attic of an old mansion that was converted into apartments. It was downtown in the neighborhood of the arts, an ideal place to live for young, artistic, creative individuals. Ivan moved in with one of his childhood best friends since it was a 3-bedroom and he would need roommates in order to maintain the rest of the place. The first year living there was uneventful, which was ideal for Ivan. As far as neighbors, there were 2 men who were likely a couple that always got into fights so loud that everyone in the building could hear. And on one occasion, one of them locked the other out of their apartment naked, and given that the mansion was across the street from a school, the cops were called. But as long as they didn't involve Ivan or his roommates, they would try to stay out of any of the drama. After the nice weather, he would sit on the couch on the porch and either read a book or work on his computer. And for the time being, it seemed nice that the community porch was set up. A few days after he met John, Ivan found him and another one of his neighbors talking on the porch about something that happened. Someone had stolen another neighbor's motorcycle from the driveway. Everybody ended up having a small tenant meeting where they waited for the cops to show up and tried to make the one neighbor whose motorcycle had been stolen feel better. When the cops showed up, Ivan went up to his apartment and let the police do their jobs.
Really,
The next day, when Ivan got out of work, he walked into his apartment and his roommate asked him about John, mentioning that he left gifts for every apartment. Everyone got something different. Ivan and his roommate's gift was a shoebox filled with comics, books, toys, and chocolates. The roommates agreed the gifts seemed odd, but at the time, Ivan's odd gesture could still just be seen as friendly. But then, Ivan's roommate told him something that started to make him uncomfortable about John. His name wasn't John, it was Sean. Ivan considered the fact that maybe he misheard his name since they can sound similar, until he remembered that the guy even spelled out his name for Ivan as John when they first talked. Later on that same night, Ivan's other roommate, who had moved in at the end of the previous year, came home after seeing his daughters and told Ivan that Sean was outside asking for him. He told him that when he was walking up to the building, Sean had come out from the shadows of the side of the building, wearing only a pair of shorts. He asked Ivan's roommate to have him come down and help him get something out of his trunk. After everything that was stacking up, Ivan knew there was no way he was going down there to help him. Something felt wrong to him, rightfully so. Ivan woke up the next morning to go to work, and on his way out of the building, he stopped on his porch, and in the middle of his front yard was what Ivan described as a hobo garden. Sean had set up a bunch of garbage around a half-empty refrigerator that had the door ripped off. There was broken glass everywhere, and there was a patch of dirt dug up in front of it, as you can see in this picture taken by Ivan. Not only was this an extreme eyesore, but this would also be freakishly weird of somebody to do. Ivan immediately called his landlord and told him that he was not okay with that and that Sean was starting to weird everyone out. They told him they would address it, and so Ivan left it at that and went to work. When he got home from work, some of the garbage had been moved to the side of the road, but no one was around. Ivan decided that it would be better to just go up to his apartment and not get involved anymore, since he was starting to feel like something wasn't right. Ivan was only in his apartment for about 5 minutes at most before he started hearing yelling coming from outside the bedroom window, not directed towards him, just loud yelling coming from outside. When he looked outside his window, he saw Sean throwing the garbage from the yard into the street. He was freaking out, apparently yelling to himself. Then another one of Ivan's neighbors, Mark, ran up to him and tried to calm him down. One of Ivan's roommates returns home at this time, and he decided to try to help calm him down as well. After a few minutes, things went silent other than the sounds of cars driving down the street. Ivan's roommate then came inside and started telling him about Sean's freakout outside. Sean had been yelling that he doesn't think he did anything wrong. By this point, it was clear that Sean was an unhinged individual, and so Ivan told his roommate to try not to interact with him if possible. Things seemed to be getting worse and worse. It was only a few hours later that Ivan started to hear more yelling and even started feeling the building walls shake a little bit. Someone was arguing with someone, and things were clearly getting physical, evident by all the noise and shaking. Ivan contemplated calling the police, but decided to text his neighbor Mark first, since he lived on the same floor as Sean. Mark didn't text back right away, not until after things seemed to calm down. Mark told Ivan that Sean got into a huge fight with his girlfriend, and Mark once again had tried to calm him down, and in response, Sean tried to fight Mark. Mark called the cops on him, and Sean ended up being taken to the station by the police. Things didn't end there though. In fact, things only got worse. That Friday night, Ivan stayed at his girlfriend's apartment after the couple had a date night. When he woke up that morning at her place, Ivan had a slew of messages and missed phone calls. When he opened up the first message from his roommate, the first thing he saw was a picture of fire trucks outside of their apartment building. Apparently Sean had burnt down his apartment. Ivan's roommate said that only Sean's apartment was burnt up, but Ivan still rushed home after hearing that so he could figure out what exactly was going on. When he got there, Mark and Ivan's roommate were standing on the porch. Sean claimed that something went wrong with his stove, and that was it. But when the firefighters checked the building, they found that the vents around the outside of the house looked like they had been stuffed with towels and clothes, as if you were trying to keep the fumes from escaping. The cops were called, and Sean was taken away once again. But still, that wasn't the end of it. Sean officially got evicted that week, and that following Monday, Mark had gotten word that Sean had been released from holding. All the tenants were a little nervous to hear that. That Tuesday night, someone had showed up to the building and busted a bunch of the windows around the apartment, and very clearly tried gaining access to apartment 2. That someone was obviously Sean. There were also drawings, swastikas, and writings left on the back door, saying pig, land is free, kill, and Roy. Mark had enough and filed for a restraining order against Sean. Unfortunately, that only aggravated Sean more. Over the night on Wednesday, Sean would make another attack. Ivan woke up once again to a slew of texts. Mark and Ivan's roommate had apparently tried to wake Ivan up overnight, but he was in too deep of a sleep to hear them. Ivan opened up Mark's text since he saw he sent him the most messages, and there were a bunch of pictures attached. The pictures were all of Mark's car, burnt to the ground, completely destroyed. Sean was erratic and dangerous, and now all the tenants were living in fear of what he would do next. The next night, all the tenants in the building had a meeting on the front porch. Mark filled everybody in on all the information that he gathered on Sean. Apparently, Mark had been in contact with Sean's mother, who was trying to smooth things over by being transparent with Mark.
I actually put my camera
He found out that Sean was planning on skipping town. Mark also managed to get footage of Sean walking over to Mark's car overnight, and then walking away. There was a case here, but that didn't make anyone feel better about anything. As all the neighbors talked, everyone shared everything that they could.
I'll be right back, guys.
My friend's younger brother got away to the neighbor's house to call the police. The lady brutally murdered my friend a week from Christmas, decapitated her, and left her body naked in a bathtub. She even hid her head. They had to look through the presents, and I don't know where they found it, but they did. I wasn't allowed to go to her funeral. It happened to my wife's grandmother about 15 years ago while we were still dating. Her husband had just passed away about a year previously, but she'd been going down to the library and volunteering. It was exercise and socialization. This was in the winter, so her walk back was while it was getting dark. The library closed at 5, and there was some extra stuff to do before everyone actually left. And on this particular night, she turned down a ride from another volunteer because she needed to stay in shape. The house is about a mile away through some lightly wooded area in South Texas, and as she's about halfway home, she notices someone behind her. He's walking the same direction and gaining on her, which in itself isn't all that particular. She's old and thus not particularly fast, but in this case he seems vaguely sinister. They keep walking. Pretty soon he's right behind her. Then he falls into pace, just staying behind her. Now she knows something's up, but she's almost home. She can see the top of her driveway coming up, and she leaves her lights on so it'll look like someone's home when she's walking in. She just needs to make it another 150 yards, then 100. All that time, she said he was so close that she could feel his breath on her neck. Around maybe 50 yards, it happens. A strong hand on her shoulder. Okay, bitch, don't turn around and hand over your purse or I'll cut you. She stops for a second, then takes one big step forward, turns and shoots the guy in the neck with the .38 she keeps in her purse. The guy spent the next 5 years in a prison hospital before he died of complications. My wife's grandmother passed last year, but up to the end, she lamented that she pulled the trigger too soon. When I was young, I'd say 8 to 11-ish, my sister, whom is 7 years older, would babysit when my parents were out. At the time, she smoked a lot, and my parents made her smoke outside, of course. So I'd follow her outside, play around, annoy her and such. One day, my sister notices a car at the end of the driveway, just sitting in the road. It's a white SUV with a bike rack on top. It has the most tinted windows I've ever seen. You could not see inside from the side. It sat there until she went inside, then would drive to the end of the road and sit at the church parking lot and wait. Wait until she'd come out again for another smoke. And it would repeat this. Odd, but my sister is a brave lady and just kind of ignored it. That is, until the next day while my parents were out again, and it showed up again. It would...
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the fucking show. This is a story about us. A story about people. And monsters. Monsters. Underneath the bed. One wrong move and you lose your head. Motherfuckers, stop jumping on the bed. Breaking down weed on my platinum plat. Breaking down weed on my platinum plat. Breaking down weed on a chat. Say what you want, I don't give a crap. Breaking down weed on my platinum plat. Smoking on this, smoking on that. Exotic weed, yeah, stick to the glass. When I light up a stick and hit it, I don't pass. I don't gotta sign a deal, I'm a pass. You working a 9 to 5, your life is ass. I'd rather die than be a slave to a corporation. Working at your job right now, go quit. You can say what you want, they don't give a shit. You are less than dirt, you are worse than spit. Fuck all of you niggas, you can suck my dick. And if I was a woman, you could lick my clit. And if I was China, I'd nuke this shit. And if I was water, I would still drip. And if it was you, I would just quit. And if it was me, I am me. I'm glad I'm me. I never got no jewelry on me. I never got no expensive car. I never got time. Most of the time, I'm thinking about rhymes. I'm thinking about bars. Thinking about buying land for a farm. Big ass shotgun on my arm. Thinking about growing beans and corn. Think about moving real. You can say what you want. I don't give a crap. Ever since I got this platinum plat, been caring less and less and less about that. I'm sure that there's a lesson in that. If it ain't what I want, the election is had. New American Revolution on the track. Telling me the CIA got people addicted to crack. Telling me that the government isn't on our side. Isn't that shit just a joke at this point? Do we even really care that the government lies? Do we even really hate what we say we despise? Do we even really think what we think we think? Is there fluoride in the water? Did the FBI? It's fake. Think about it. His name is
Yes, I am. I'll admit to that.
Too many people?
Oh, she's got to park next to people.
Aww.
Sounds. My favorite band, a bunch of sounds.
Stay put. do when Kevin gets here tomorrow?
Oh, fuck me.
He gets hyper off my hyperness, and then Emmy gets hyper, and then we're all hyper. That's just hyper.
That's just my first time.
What's up? I'm Joe, I'm here all day.
I'm here all day. My God.
I see that.
Well, I'm trying not to get my Medusa stuck in my lip. Shut up, Joe. No, you're not. I see the smile on your face.
I can't control that.
mother on that question.
Probably not gonna get an honest answer.
And I'm not gonna get an honest answer from your dad either.
No, you'll probably get more of an honest answer.
Don't leave the keys in.
What?
I don't know.
I don't know. Yes? I'm doing nothing.
I felt something on my hair.
Yeah?
I'm not going crazy.
You're not. I'm not doing anything.
You're smiling
I'm
and your
doing
eyes
nothing.
are glowing, so that obviously means you're doing something.
I'm just tearing up.
I believe that like the hole in your sock.
I don't have holes in my sock. I'm doing nothing.
Liar!
I'm behaving.
Don't feed the child that! He's misbehaving! Bad off! Oh my God. I hate cops.
It's hot in here.
Yeah, it is.
Whoop, whoop. It's the sound of the police. I smell bacon. Did somebody order a pig farm? I don't want it right now. I want to do it when I'm home. I can get hyper.
Oh my God.
For them. What are you waiting for, dude? We're gonna bust some guy coming out of this store. And I can prove my chief that I can be a cop for once.
Or non-existent
I'll probably
one.
waiting to see if there's donuts.
He's at the wrong location for that.
Hey, but that location ain't too far away from him though.
So I bought all my powder donuts.
Shit. Another out of my glazed donuts. Aw, I'm sorry. Were we picking on you too much?
Bye bye. Go have a new life somewhere else. That's right.
Go fuck somebody else's life.
Well, that's something to say about.
Well, am I wrong?
Oh, they got this pump fixed. Okay.
That's why I stopped here.
Well, one of the pumps got ripped out. No joke, like the hose part got ripped out of like the whole gas station pump thing. That's me. Then that's out. Why? Be the cat in the fiddle. Hi, what's up?
So are you the cat or are you the fiddle?
I got Ivy. Well, I use Ivy. Ivy, come here. Play some spoons. Watch her actually try. She'll probably sniff the spoon and be like, okay, I'll try. I can't do
Just stay quiet. What's wrong? I'm tired.
my hyperness driving me nuts. Taking your energy away. Are you hyper? Are you hyper?
Sort of. I'm already there.
I don't know if they know how.
It's so fucking hard to turn.
That's not good.
What?
That's why you're doing it. I was like, I've been living this all day and I haven't lived it. I'll get a charge so it's like dies. Quick. The fleet lands will last long. And they like to turn all day. Yeah. That should be small.
Just got full green. Well, whatever you're doing, cut the shit. You know what, mister?
Yes?
I'm gonna beat you. Jeremy, get in the photo.
I'm not gonna
So it's a yellow?
There you go, Mom. I like how Hannah looks and set it off.
My phone just vibrated. Sorry. It's fucking cold here. I gotta come down. I gotta come home. What? Hang out with you guys longer?
Wait, where are we going?
She wants me to hang out with you guys longer.
I'll talk to you.
Well, I kind of want to ask a question.
Oh, yeah.
I know you have to go and get Kevin tomorrow.
Yeah.
But
I
think
work,
you
I end work at 9. That's why.
you work at 9.
Yeah.
What time are you getting out?
9. I start work at 6 and I end at 9.
Okay, well you said you start work at 9. That's
Sorry.
where I got confused, and I'm like, what the fuck? Okay, well, I can get Jesse early. Okay.
Hey, I dress like I don't give a fuck. I punch Dental in my truck. The CMA